What if the truth destroys our economy?
This video will prove the Earth is flat. No joke, 100% serious.
This right here is what Earth looks like.
How the hell did I miss this video? Mr. Beast, the biggest YouTuber on the planet, managed to squeeze every single flat Earth argument while keeping a straight face into a video. So let's have a moment of silence, shall we, for all the flat earthers that were fooled by this video. That doesn't mean you can't laugh though, you know. Please subscribe.
We are currently in North Carolina and I'm going to fly to Hawaii while my friends simultaneously fly to Botswana, Africa, aka the other side of the earth. Once we are on exact opposite sides of the world, we have a test we want to perform. If this test fails, the earth is flat.
Now, as regular viewers of my channel will have noticed, I can, at times, be the tiniest bit sarcastic. And as a sarcastic person, I've got an inbuilt sarcasm detection system that is completely flawless. And when I came across this video, it went off the charts. Now, it was obvious to anybody with a brain that hasn't turned to custard that Mr. Beast was trolling flat earthers, and yet someone made a response to his video seemingly claiming that he was serious. So let's take a looky, shall we?
A lot of people have been led to believe that the Earth is a sphere. They refer to the work of centuries of physicists and philosophers as, quote, pseudoscience, but there is overwhelming evidence that proves the actual geometry of the Earth. One of them is shared in a video that, in my opinion, I have no idea why the government still allows it online, because it could literally start like a revolution.
You're not very smart, are you?
Right, now I've got no idea why this channel has used an AI voice to narrate their video. The only conclusion I can reach is that they are either too embarrassed to show themselves or they are trolling as well, which makes this video trollception.
We have been lied to for centuries, but today, Mr. Beast proves all of them wrong.
Here's all the proof you need. Fortnite is flat.
Fortnite is flat. Fortnite is flat.
Which means our Earth is flat, duh.
Now look, I'm not being funny.
Correct.
But if you can't see he's trolling just from that clip alone, which was in the first 30 seconds of his video, then you have my sympathy. And you should absolutely get a checkup from the neck up today. But I don't want to tell you what to think, so please continue, Mr. Beast.
But first I want to tell the story of the man who was silenced, because he spoke the truth about the actual geometry of the Earth.
Now, Samuel Rowbotham was an English writer and inventor who is best known for his advocacy of flat Earth theory. He believed that the Earth was a flat disk rather than a sphere, and that the scientific evidence supporting a spherical Earth was flawed.
What is your logic?
He wrote a book in 1849 called Zetetic Astronomy, Earth Not a Globe, which argued that the Earth was stationary and that the sun, moon and stars all revolved around it.
Rowbotham's method, which he called zetetic astronomy, models the Earth as a flat disk centered at the North Pole and bounded along its perimeter by a wall of ice, with the sun, moon, planets, and stars moving only several thousand miles above the surface of Earth.
Hang on a second, so this Samuel guy, say what again? He is pretty much responsible for every really stupid flat Earth argument we still hear flat earthers banging on about today.
Interesting.
Now, I know I said that as if I was surprised, but trust me, I'm not. That was sarcasm. See, I'm really good at it. Rowbotham was not a trained scientist, and his ideas were not taken seriously by the scientific community of his time. The term zetetic comes from the Greek word zetesis, which means inquiry or search, which, given the fact that old Sammy boy was the godfather of flat Earth, is ironic to say the least. But of course, they even have their own ideas about words, and when they use the term zetetic, it's an alternative or fringe word to describe a particular approach to investigating topics that may not be accepted by mainstream science or society. And in this context, a zetetic inquiry might involve questioning established beliefs or assumptions, seeking out evidence or perspectives that challenge conventional wisdom.
He needed some time to learn his craft, and when he was unable to explain why ships' hulls vanished before their masts when they were going out to sea, he left a lecture in Blackburn.
Me! I know this one. It's because what? It's because Earth is an oblate spheroid.
Shut up, you little bellend.
Well, that wasn't very nice, was it? I'm just trying to answer the question. Ships disappear from the bottom up when they go over the horizon because I can't speak today. Ships? What the hell's a ship? It's similar to a ship. Ships disappear from the bottom up when they go over the horizon because Earth isn't flat. And that's why Sammy couldn't answer it. Well, he could have, probably, but he didn't want to because he knew that the answer shows that the Earth is a globe. Imagine that. A flat earther being disingenuous.
He eventually carried out several experiments to prove his point that the Earth was flat, but to his surprise, he was shunned and revoked, called mad and a charlatan.
Oh, that's not very friendly, is it? And not very imaginative either. They could have called him a window licker or a crayon muncher. Mad is just so 2010. Although, to be fair, they were right. And at least he could maybe excuse himself because it was the late 1800s. But what possible excuse did today's flat earthers have? And I think we have a lot to thank modern day flat earthers for, in my humble opinion. Take me for example. When I saw the careers lady in school and she asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up, making fun of flat earthers on the internet wasn't an option. But when I do grow up, I'm hoping I'll get a job that I really enjoy.
But getting back to Mr. Beast's proof.
Oh yeah, Mr. Beast, sorry, I got a little bit carried away then. Mr. Beast's proof of flat earth.
What you're looking at right now is a bunch of clouds. You may not know this, but clouds are actually made by the government to disguise the fact that the world is flat.
God have mercy upon us.
For any flat earthers that saw that clip, shame on you if you actually thought that Mr. Beast was being serious. And to all of you watching this now, I apologize for saying Mr. Beast multiple times in this video. I'm trying to trigger the algorithm. Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast. But yeah, flat earthers, he's clearly trolling you. It's funny. Get a sense of humor.
As earlier stated, Mr. Beast set out to prove that the world was actually flat. Hence, he set up a team of his colleagues in which one of them traveled to Botswana in Africa and Mr. Beast headed to Hawaii. We're in the exact same side of the Earth on the other side that is based on the spherical model.
I think they meant based on reality. But carry on, I'll stop interrupting now.
Using supermagnets, you'd expect that if the Earth was a sphere, that these magnets placed at exactly right angles to each other on the exact opposite side of the globe would cause them to pivot towards each other.
Oh, absolutely. Because the best way to prove a centuries-old scientific fact is to use a couple of supermagnets and hope that they'll magically disprove everything we know about the shape of the Earth. Who the hell needs complex mathematical calculations, astronomical observations, and empirical evidence when you can just wave some magnets around and call it a day? I'm sure the entire scientific community is shitting their pants at the thought of such a groundbreaking discovery.
Or even move considerably, proving that on the other side of the world, an identical magnet was also placed. But as we can see from the video, nothing happens. There simply isn't any change in the behavior of each respective magnet.
Over what distance can strong magnets attract or repel each other though? It's impossible to give an accurate answer to this question. The attractive force of a magnet is roughly proportional to the square of the distance, relatively speaking. Ow! The larger the surface area of the magnet, the more magnetic induction lines in the space, and longer the distance of attraction. Science, bitches. But again, get away. But again, the magnet experiment should have further reinforced that Mr. Beast is trolling flat Earth, which I fully support.
Mr. Beast even decided to recalculate his longitude and latitude to make sure that he was on the exact opposite side of the Earth to the other guys.
He did, but it was just another troll, you AI muppet.
Everything here is immediately followed by sarcastic comments and nasty responses.
Hawaii and Botswana are 12,260 miles apart. How strong do you think a magnet can be? Well, based on what I can see in the Mr. Beast video, the magnets look about 2 inches in diameter, maybe by about an inch thick. So anything beyond 8 inches, and they wouldn't attract each other anyway, let alone over a distance of 12,260 miles. Don't ask me how I know that. I promise I definitely didn't just waste an hour playing with a magnet calculator.
And he noted a parallax to which he then decided to move away from his position and attain a closer proximity than he had originally calculated, But to his surprise, nothing still happened.
Did he change from 12,260 miles to less than 8 inches? No? Well, there you go then.
He even tried to move the magnet a little to the left to ensure that even the slightest miscalculation was accounted for, but still not even a budge. It was quite uneventful and sad.
But not as sad as all the flat earthers in the comment section under the Mr. Beast video, thanking him for giving flat earth such a huge platform. And while we're talking about people who said thanks in the comment section, Brendan, Chris, Judy, Gary, and Tisbert Scratch, thank you for hitting the super thanks button.
You're awesome.
And that wasn't sarcasm, by the way.
The Earth is actually a flat disk and not a sphere.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Easy, my little AI butt nugget. There's a bit more to it than that, but I want to hear more from Mr. Beast before I make my mind up.
If the Earth was actually a sphere, then the magnets would have had at least a budge or nudge indicating the attraction to a similar magnet.
Tyler, do you realize what we just did?
I think I do.
We just proved the Earth is flat. I don't even know if we should release this footage. Like, a lot of the world's revenue comes from making globes. What are they gonna do now? No one likes flat maps.
But all maps are flat, apart from the globe-shaped ones, obviously. That's the funny thing about flat earthers and their maps. Most of the time, when they claim a flat earth map, it's just a globe that's been opened out, spread onto a flat surface for illustrative purposes.
For those who really want to know the truth and not condone with the insane way the establishment has pushed the spherical Earth narrative to clearly indoctrinate us into believing that the Earth is a sphere, which is probably because a geographically spherical planet is more profitable to the government than admitting the truth.
What? How do the world's governments profit from the shape of the Earth? That makes even less sense than claiming the Earth is flat in the first place.
So I'm waiting to board my flight and I'm actually pretty nervous. What if the pilot isn't paying attention and accidentally flies off the side of the Earth? The government says people die in shark attacks, but we both know sharks are not real. It's clearly just people that were on a plane that flew off the side of the Earth and then they just needed a cover up.
I don't want to repeat myself, but like I said earlier, that statement alone should be the only thing from this video you need to hear to realize that he's making fun of flat earthers.
Yes, he is.
But it didn't stop people like this from commenting on the video. I mean, do they actually think he's being serious? Are there really people watching YouTube that are this stupid?
Yes, there are.
This is outrageous. I just got on this plane. They give these away for free for everyone. You just put them over, now you can't see anything. The government literally uses these small little blindfolds to shield your eyes. So the flight attendants made us put down all the windows just so we couldn't see outside because it's quote unquote bright, when in reality we probably would see the end of the Earth.
I love it. And I know this entire video is completely ridiculous, but I thought it would be a good way and a fun way of showing flat earthers what they sound like when they make their claims. But the difference is that when flat earthers say things like that guy just did, they're serious. Or are they?
So while we're waiting for them to land in Africa, I just want to explain the science behind a flat Earth. A lot of you were wrongly indoctrinated and I just want to explain things to you. You see, gravity isn't real. Earth is just always moving up. Now, it may have looked like gravity pulled that ball down, but what actually happened is the ball sat in the air and Earth came up and met it. For real, guys, if the Earth was spinning at 2,000 miles an hour, don't you think we would just fall off?
Oh, well, that's disappointing. How could the biggest YouTuber on Earth get such a crucial detail wrong? Everyone knows we spin at 1,000 miles per hour-ish, or 1 revolution per day. Ish. Now look, I know this video has been a bit of silly nonsense and hopefully you've enjoyed it, but it's clear that Mr. Beast's video about flat earth was a masterclass in trolling. And even though he managed to fit every single flat earth argument into his video while keeping a straight face, it was obvious he was joking. However, it is disappointing that some people still fell for it. Was the video response claiming Mr. Beast was serious just another layer of trolling, making it trollception? Now, while flat earth theory has been around since Samuel Rowbotham's time, it's frustrating to see that some people still cling to these outdated beliefs, even in the face of overwhelming scientific evidence. But we can also appreciate the humour that comes from flat earth arguments, hopefully. But ultimately, Mr. Beast's video proves that having a sense of humour is key, and that it's important not to take yourself too seriously. I don't. Why would I? So let's have a laugh and move on from this ridiculous argument. The Earth isn't flat. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Love you, bye.
Alright, watch this next. But before you do, make sure you subscribe. By order of the Creaky Blinder.